Hi quilters, I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert.
And I'm Erica Botker, Corporate Marketing Specialist. We're here to introduce you to the Qube 4-inch companion set corners.
Yay!
Now, we want to take a look at the shapes inside and show you some great ways to use them alongside the Qube Mix and Match 4-inch block.
And plus, we want to show you how to use those shapes to make this super cute Go Hillside Village Table Runner. Those pieces are so tiny. I love them.
I know, they're adorable. So let's get started by kind of a quick review of what comes in our Qube Mix and Match 4-inch block.
Correct.
Because that's the foundation that we're going to build off of.
Right.
Again, that Qube block is going to contain 8 dies, each with a different shape on them. The shapes are numbered 1 through 8, and those shapes will all work together to build over 72 different quilt blocks.
Right. Now, our mix and match blocks now come in 6 different sizes. A 4-inch finished block, 6-inch, 8-inch, 9-inch finished block, a 10-inch finished block, and a 12-inch finished block. Each contain the same 8 basic geometric shapes. They're numbered the exact same way. They just come in different sizes.
Right.
The mix and match system is based on that 4-patch layout. So no matter what size you're working with, if you put 4 of shape number 1 together, you'll get that size finished block.
Right. That means with the 4-inch size, if you want a 4-inch finished block, when it's sewn into your project, you're going to have like 4 of shape number 1. Right. That's going to make your 4-inch finished block. These 8 basic shapes also are going to work with our companion set corners, right? So let's take a closer look at that companion set corners and what's inside that box.
Perfect. So let's open up a box. So the first thing you're going to notice, quilters, is that it comes in this great storage container.
Which we love.
We love. It's going to store your dies correctly. It's going to allow you to put it on your shelf in your sewing room. Comes in a really neutral color.
You're going to stay organized and look good at the same time.
You want to pull out the skinny one first because that's going to allow you to be able to pull out this block next.
That's right.
All right, so this block of dies, look at this. All right. So each die is numbered, each pocket is numbered, and each pocket has an image of the die that goes in it.
Right.
It's really going to help you stay organized, okay? So it has shapes 9, which are chisels.
Right.
10,
there's one here.
Which is, 10 is our signature block. 11.1 and 11.2, this is our bow tie shape, and this is our half square triangle shape.
Right.
And these work together to make bow ties.
Okay, so let's take a look at how the pieces really work.
Yes.
So here's our chisel. Okay, and this is a directional shape.
It is.
So it can be cut with your fabric either right side up or right side down, depending on which way you want your chisel to face.
Correct.
Now, shape number 5, our workhorse.
It is. It's
from
our
our original mix and match cube is going to fit on top. And when we take that and put that over there with that perfect 1/4-inch seam allowance, it's going to make a rectangle.
Yes.
So that rectangle is going to be the same size as who?
Shape number 8 in our original cube.
Right.
Now, quilters, you see this unit in so many patterns, but most of you would have a hard time cutting a rectangle and a square. And then what you'd have to do is you'd have to mark the corner from here to here, and then you have to sew it and cut it and trim it. Listen, just put it on a die. We've already cut off the dog ears for you, and it's all ready to go.
Absolutely. The next shape is going to be the signature block, and that is this shape right here. It's one of Pam's favorites.
It is one of my favorites. And I really like it because you can make the signature blocks all different, and the outside shape number 5s can all be the same, or you can vice versa it. I just think it's such a versatile block.
You can get so many different looks with it, and I love it in this shape.
I do. And once you sew all those pieces together, remember, quilters, we've cut off the dog ears, so from this corner to this corner is a perfect 1/4-inch seam. When you sew it all together, it's going to equal shape number 1.
Perfect. Well, the next 2 shapes work together.
Okay.
So these are our bow tie and half square triangle unit. Now this is a very small half square triangle.
Super, super small and so cute.
And you can put these units together. So this little one is actually a 1/2-inch finished half square triangle. And you can put these units together to make a snowball,
right?
or a bow tie.
Look at how fun that is.
Look how fun.
And again, Erica, with these tiny little pieces, we want to make sure that you're pressing your seams open.
Absolutely, because otherwise you're going to have too much bulk right there.
Yeah.
Now, one last thing we wanted to show you, because I just couldn't help myself because it was so cute. I made this little 1-inch finished pinwheel block
Look at this.
out of the 1/2-inch finished half square triangle. And Pam put a quarter here so you could really appreciate how big small it is.
So quilters, these are perfect shapes if you want to do like mini quilts. And I just truly love these tiny little half square triangles. They're my favorite.
I just think this 4-inch size is going to expand your design possibilities so much.
So much, so much.
So now that we've met the shapes, let's put them in action in our Go Hillside Village table runner. Now this is our adorable little runner over here, and it's a free downloadable pattern from AccuQuilt.com.
Now you're going to be making just 2 different blocks for this project, so it's going to come together really quickly. So what you need is the chisel shape, which is right here, shape number 9.
Right.
And we're going to need our signature block, one of my favorites, which is shape number 10. Then you're also going to need shape number 5 from the original Qube, those half square triangles.
Right. So let's cut some chisels. Now, as we mentioned earlier, the chisel is a directional shape.
It is.
So for this project, and we've got a little sample block here, we need the chisels facing opposite directions. So we need all the light pink ones facing one way and all the dark pink facing the other way.
Right.
So you've got a pro tip for us.
I do. So what you're going to do, quilters, you're going to measure from here to here at 1/4 inch on either side. And you want to make sure that you're putting one piece up and the other piece down.
So all your light pink are going to be facing up. The dark is going to go facing down.
Right.
So you won't be able to fan fold with this.
Right. And next, I'm going to go here to this little small one, which we opened first. It comes with a pattern book, quilters, and your 6x6 cutting mat.
Perfect.
Because what happens if you try to use a die without a mat?
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Okay, so I'm going to put the mat on top. Great. Now, quilters, this comes on a 6x6 die board, so it can fit in any of our cutters, including our Go Me.
And we prepped our fabric for this by measuring just a 1/4 inch over on either side. You can cut a strip. However you want to do that, you're going to be in great shape.
So I gave it a little love, and then I'm going to slide this mat right off. Don't lift, because it's a little bit staticky here. So now look at this, quilters. You're going to see that our pink ones are facing up, and then our maroon ones are facing the other direction.
Perfect. So the next thing, the other block that we're making is going to be with our signature block.
Right.
So we're going to cut with our signature block, and you could do a shift method on this if you wanted to, or you could fan fold because it isn't a directional shape.
Right. So we're just going to cut one today. So we've, again, measured around, added a 1/4 inch. All right, put our cutting mat on top. But again, quilters, you could cut a strip, fan fold back and forth.
You could.
Okay. There we go. Give it a little love. Slide that mat, don't lift. And look at this fun little signature block.
Signature block. And then the last thing that we need is our workhorse from our Mix and Match Qube. It's our shape number 5. Right. Now, this is a great die. It cuts 8 shapes on the die, but we didn't need that many,
We didn't. So what we did was we measured from here to here where that blade is at a 1/4 inch, and we just subcut our fabric because we didn't need all of those for today.
Right.
Okay. So remember, it's only going to cut where there's fabric and a mat. It's not going to hurt your mat, not going to hurt your die.
That's
nothing.
right.
All right. Put it on my mat, run it through again.
And at this point, once you get these pieces done, you're going to be ready to sit and do some real great chain pieces.
Yes.
So I would suggest stacking up your fabrics. So taking those pieces, stacking them up, and so that you can lay them out like we've got them here.
Listen, we can't lose any of these little tiny pieces.
I know, they're so small. So we're going to, when we lay these out, of course, our dark green is going to go on either side.
Right.
And then we've got the light pink is going to go on the dark.
Yes.
And the dark is going to go on the light.
Perfect.
And I'm going to chain piece these together really quickly for you. And we've got our 2 blocks there.
Now, quilters, Erica and I were always going to tell you to lay out your blocks to make sure that you lay them out correctly. And then you can do what Erica's doing and you can just chain piece for days.
That's right.
I'm also going to tell you to make a test block.
Yes.
That way you can figure out how the pieces work together, how to sew them. But again, we're going to press our seams open.
And as many times as I've done something with chisels and know that they're directional shapes, that doesn't mean, unfortunately, that I always get them cut the right way. So really, we really do hope that you do that test block.
Yes. And notice how Erica is just chain piecing, which is one of my favorite things to do.
Okay, so I'm going to do this.
Great.
I'm going to cut a couple of these off. Now the green one, I'm going to go ahead while you're pressing the pink ones.
Okay. And I'll have you hand me my pressing.
I will do that in your mason jar.
There you go. Thank you. So again, Erica, how am I going to press my seams?
You're going to press them open. These are such small shapes, Pam.
Yeah. And it's going to really help you reduce that bulk.
It really will.
I love this little iron.
It's perfect for these little shapes. Anybody getting a 4-inch cube needs one of these, I think.
Now, normally quilters,
off.
I know, normally I'm a big press to the dark side kind of gal, but again, we're going to press these open.
Right. And then this piece is going to be, this block is going to go together right like this. I'm going to go ahead.
Look how fun that is.
It is. And when you line it up, you
so
might
these
want
are
to
the
peek.
only two blocks we need.
These are
for
the only two
whole
blocks we
quilt.
need. And I just like to turn back my corner and peek and make sure that I'm going to have my points together.
Yes.
It saves me in the long run.
It does. A little frustration there.
And even I, with these little pieces, don't really pin that much, you know?
No, they just go together so well because we've cut off the dog ears and they're just going to line up.
They are. So here we go. How quick is this? You're going to be able to make one of these for every season. There you
Now,
go.
quilters, once our blocks are all done and pressed, you want to lay them out according to the pattern. And you're going to be sewing them together in rows of 3s and then sew your rows together. So we're going to sew the short rows first instead of those
Instead of the long rows.
And
It'll go together better for you.
I was going to say it gets a little less wonky if we sew from the short to the...
That's right. And then our border is cut with our 1.5-inch strip die, and the cornerstones, the hot pink blocks in the corners, are going to be cut from shape number 2, which is back in our mix and match cube. After that, your top's done.
Once that top is done, you want to layer that top with the batting and the backing. You want to pin and baste and quilt as desired. Bind it with your favorite method, and don't forget to miter those corners. Quilters, we know that you're going to enjoy making the Go Hillside Village table runner and so many other projects using the 4-inch Go Qube companion set corners. Because at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time
So you can quilt more.